Ladies, gentlemen, everything in between, welcome back to another episode of Midnight Oil Motorsports. My name's Ian, and thanks for tuning in. If it's your first time tuning in, thanks for giving me a shot. If you're a long-time viewer, I haven't been around that long, so I know you're lying. Anyways, here's what we got. We got my 1991 Mazda Miata. Finally painted. Now, as you'll see from the last video, there is kind of like a time difference here because the hood and the lip are not painted, so I can't really put the front end together. So I'm gonna start from the rear and work my way forward because that's kind of how I took it apart. Yeah, that's really gonna be it. It's just a reassembly video. Let's just start putting stuff together. Okay? Not really that hard of a concept, so yeah, let's get into it. All right, so I pretty much just got everything bolted on the rear, and I am in shock. I mean, wow. What a car. Absolutely gorgeous. I did. Again, this is the channel where I will always tell you when I screw up. I did screw up one rib nut. Drilled the hole a little too big. I cannot confidently tell you what happened because I used the same drill bit for all the holes. But one of them just came out bigger than the others. So I needed to go from, all these bolts are M5 by 20. And then I need to go up to an M6 in this one, which kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I just gotta get the bolt to fit in that hole right there, and it's gonna be all hunky-dory. Now, that being said, what don't I like about this? Do I want to be honest with you? I can look past pretty much everything wrong with it as of right now, because I am just floored with how good this looks. I mean, come on. You can see there's a little bit of warpage in the bumper, but again, it's an OEM bumper, and that fiberglass piece also sucks, so, you know, it is what it is. That bumper is 30 years old. That fiberglass is also 30 years old. They're not gonna stay straight. Sorry for all you people who are sensitive about those things, but whatever. The other thing is the body kit. I do need to figure out how to fix it, the rear bumper. There are no provisions for that, so I need to figure out that. Not super stoked on that. I might use something like a Zeus fastener or two on the bottom. You can see that someone had, oops, daisies, I'm sorry about that. You can see that somebody had drilled a hole right here on the on whatever car that this used to be on, which is, you know, not really what I want to do, but I could reuse that hole. And then the, whoops, kicked a drill. Kicked. These front pieces are actually pretty solid. I expected with only the 2 rivets that they wouldn't be, but they actually are pretty good. I'm really surprised on how these turned out. I mean, there's nothing getting in there either. This is just door edge guard, which is something you normally put on like the edge of a door, so if you don't like ding other people's cars or what's it called? Like get chips on the side of your door if you open it into something. Use that to protect the paint behind it. I wanted a clear one, but all I had at the parts store was black. So, and I wasn't willing to wait for a different one. Fun fact, auto connection fender flares, right? That was like the whole idea about this build. I've always wanted them. One thing that did come up in Facebook Marketplace, this is a genuine auto connection carbon fiber ducktail spoiler. I don't know what happened, but the GoPro decided it wanted to die. So I don't remember where I was, but you do need a clear coat carbon fiber parts. But I mean, man, I can't stop looking at this thing, man. It's so good. And OEM taillights, because I had those like weird eagle eye taillights, they call them, eBay, $60. Not my cup of tea, but it's what the car had. Finally found a good set of OEM ones that are in really good shape. So yeah, it is late, and the past few clips have taken me a couple days. Yeah, I don't really know where else to go with this, because I'm just gonna sit out here, have a beer, and look at this, because I'm not really someone who's like prideful, right? But I'm pretty proud of this. Let's keep it going, but not tonight, because I gotta sleep at least a little bit. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Love you, Stinky. That's my son. All right, cars are coming together pretty well. We gotta get those doors on. Not excited for that. A lot could go wrong here. Let's do it. Method. Gonna put it on my stool right there, right? Put the door on the stool. Raise the car until it's about level where it's got to be. Door's gonna have to be open pretty wide to get back here. Get the bolts in. Let's see what happens. Alright, so from the last clip you just saw, there's a lot of tape here. Yeah, it's a lot. And to some, you might think it's a waste, but to me, whew, did you just spend hundreds of hours prepping a car painting it and just to have it, you know, get scratched and then want to repaint it? No, no. I'm not doing that. Maybe you can, but this is how you prevent it. Put some tape along your edges, right? I got tape on the door, off camera, and it's enough for me to be able to shimmy in here, get the bolts on, right? Get them finger tight first, and then, yeah. Procedure here, I think I already said it in another clip. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. I'm gonna put it on top of my stool, okay? I'm gonna use my quick jack to lift the car up and down to get pretty close to where I want it to go. And I'm just gonna slide the door in here, finger tight. 2 bolts, one top, one bottom, so it's all situated where it's gotta go. Hit it with that. And it's just that easy. But it's not. It's gonna be hard. Watch me struggle. Door, nice. Handle, nice. Nothing scratched yet. Yeah, I still gotta adjust the fender, but our gap in back here, this is the quarter panel I did. Pretty good. Pretty good. A little bit tighter on the bottom. You hit those on those big jobs, but our body lines match up super, super well. Up here as well. Little bit higher on here. I could adjust the door and get it all perfect, but I don't really care that much because it is probably within a millimeter. Fenders are aftermarket, so they're gonna take quite a bit of finagling to get to look okay. I'm also gonna be poking them out a little bit because of the big tires. And in order to get everything adjusted properly, I do need those turnbuckles for the fenders. That's what they're called. That door, I still got to do, but it's hitting the fender right now, so I got to adjust that forward, and then I can get all that together. I want to be able to get both the doors closed tonight, because I don't want my wife or somebody or my dog to accidentally come in here, knock that door, and then absolutely just scrape it up against that fender. So let's do it. Okay, so got a little carried away. I got this door exactly to the same position as the door on the other side. So it doesn't close as smooth because I got a bunch of tape on the front to prevent it from rubbing with the fender, right? You can see it right there. But one finger, right? That's closed all the way, right? You can see my body line down there, really good. See, my gap is super even. It's a little bit tighter at the bottom. I honestly don't know if that's a Miata thing because I didn't do anything down here. Oh wait, I did something down here many, many years ago. But it's the same on both sides. Maybe I did it wrong twice. I don't know. But yeah, I replaced this little section when I was 17, so maybe I did it wrong. But yeah, we can see that's all good. That's all good, right? Got our door or latch, one finger, opens, closes. For the first time on the planet, because this car, when I bought it, had 2 different doors on it, and it now has 2 other different doors, but the handles are the same. So now I can actually take a key and lock it. Wow. Very cool. How about it? So, yeah, I'm gonna have to call it night for tonight, but pretty good progress. Let's keep it going. All right, so I've got the coilover out because I got to splay this fender out. I was gonna do like an adjustable mount and all this other jazz, but instead I'm just thinking, why don't I just put the wheel on, jack it all the way up, and from there just make the mount that I need, right? If you hit something, then all I gotta do is just move it out just maybe another half an inch, quarter inch, and it'll be fine. So let's get to it. So a series of some interesting events here. There is now a bolt attached to where it's supposed to go on the bottom of the fender. And it meets up pretty well with the bottom of the rocker. Wheel jacked all the way up. Turn left, turn right. Only place it's rubbing right now is on the inside of the inner fender, which not really much I can do about that unless I want to beat it with a hammer, but not really too worried about it. Again, this is an extreme scenario, no coil in the car. It's gonna jack up pretty high, so should never get this high unless I completely destroy a coilover. But yeah, pretty cool. The other thing I wanted to check too was make sure the flare wasn't going to contact any of the riv nuts, because last thing I want is to puncture one of these tires because they're expensive. So yeah, cool. Guess just get to put this fender on, throw it together. Let's do it. All right, so this is exactly why I did this. So you can see we got our left fender on here, right? Everything's all hunky-dory. Everything was all hunky-dory. We're at maximum compression here, pretty much. If I take the wheel, move it further in here, take the wheel, and only when I move it to the left, right there. Hear that? That's rubbing, baby. So, question is, what do I want to do here? Do I want to leave it? Do I want to do something else? I don't know. I can tell you the back of the fender though, where it mounts to the rocker here, down there. Yeah, that's all good. It's only on left turns where this rubs in the front. So what does that mean? It means the front actually needs to come further out. If that comes further out, then I shouldn't rub. But here's the problem. The front fender already doesn't match the bumper, and you make this further out. But I don't know if that's helping me or hurting me here. It may also help if I take the whole entire fender and try to bring it further out this way. That might work, but I don't know. I have to do some finagling here and see what works. So I'm not gonna time lapse this because this might take a while. All right, so I got all my bolts loose here, very loose, because this is gonna be a pretty big move here. And hopefully, when I loosen this bolt up, should be able to take this whole thing. Oh, yep, there it goes. And move it down over here a little bit and up on the other side. Alright, so sometimes these take some finagling. Aftermarket parts, these are aftermarket fenders, they're OEM style fenders, but aftermarket, made by the good old Tong Yangs. They sometimes take some finagling to fit. A lot of people don't like them, and there's for good reason. Not really my thing either, but the pair of these were $200 as compared to an OEM one. One of them was $300. I'm not paying that, so let's get this thing all jimmied here and see if we can get everything to work. Alright, so we got our hood vents here in place. Already got the arrow catches installed. A little tech tip for those new to riveting. I already cut this out, drilled the holes before I even painted. Didn't have the camera then, so didn't record it, but make sure you get all your rivets in your holes even before you rivet them down. That's how you know when you do rivet them down, they're gonna line up okay. So you can almost use them as a Cleco pin, but especially since it's flat. But once you get these in there, they're pretty hard to undo. So then you risk marring up the part you're putting down. So don't do that. Just do this, nice and simple to do. Let's get after it. So I'm really pretty proud of how I designed this quick release bumper here. So at the top here, we just got a couple thumb screws. I just kind of want to time myself to see how long this takes to take off, but I wanted this to be toolless, right? I've seen some people, they got like bolts in the corners or they got bolts up top. But I wanted this to just be able to come off without really any fuss, and but be on there securely, you know. So these thumb screws are kind of long. It's the only size I could find on Amazon on a short notice, so I'm probably gonna get some shorter ones. They're a bit ridiculous, but thumb screws, right? That's what they look like. Pretty simple. Didn't like the plastic, but it is what it is. And all you gotta do, push one button, get it out, push the other button, get it out. Sometimes it takes a little maneuvering to get around the brackets, but come on, baby. There we go. How long was that? 1 minute 30 seconds, even explaining what I was doing. It's pretty cool. So a couple things we haven't seen on the channel in a while. One, a winter hat and a sweatshirt, because man, whew, these nights are getting chilly. And two, my sippy cup. Full, ready to go, because well, YouTube won't let me tell you what's in it. What I can tell you is, it's something to give a fella a little more confidence drilling into a freshly painted bumper and a freshly painted lip. Kind of been dreading this, but it's gotta get done, so I'm here for it. So I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up or not, but when I was actually putting the bumper on for the first time, I had dropped the bumper straight onto the cement. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a couple of light scratches here and here. It'll buff out. Still needs to be buffed anyways, so it's not a big of a deal. There's a couple deep ones right down here. Maybe you can see them. I don't know. I was pretty upset about it. Talking to a buddy about it, and then my wife said, hey, isn't the lip just going to cover that? And yeah, she's 100% right. So I got all upset about nothing. Go me. But anyways, yeah, here's what the lip's gonna look like. I kind of need to figure out where to start here because this is a big piece. There's also rivets that need to go in here, which is now a problem. So I'm gonna try to adjust this around and figure it out, and yeah, keep on moving. Okay, last clip was the bumper off, and also taken about 3 weeks ago. I'll get into that later, but I ended up not using the lip. Now why? Because with the lip on at the right height I have set, my lip, or the lip, would have been about 2 3/4 inches from the ground, and that is way too short. Even for, if this is a track only car, 3 inches, I mean that's not a whole lot of room, like for a rumble strip or, you know, really anything else. So yeah, actually less than 3 inches. I think 3 inches is probably the minimum for me, but with the lip off, I'm about 4.5 inches, which is good. Plenty of clearance. I love it. It looks good. The lip looks good too, but I think this looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna keep it. Now with that being said, the last major panel is on the car. Front bumper. Look at it. Gorgeous. Incredible. Fitment's great, but I gotta adjust this fender still, so that's fine. But with that, the whole car's together. It's been incredible. Incredible experience. And oh, look at me. I've gained a little weight. The camera adds about 10 pounds, but yeah. But you know what? It's not extra weight. Well, it is. It's extra layers. Because the last clip that you saw was taken at about 55, 60 degrees outside, and now it is 35. That's the high, is 35. Temperature in the garage right now, 42. Don't know how that works, but oh well. Had some personal stuff go on. Daily driver broke, tow truck broke, had to get my boat out of the water. Tow truck broke while towing the boat, and it's been a nightmare, but everything's gotten fixed, and I've just had to rush before the winter hit because I need my truck for the winter. So yeah. But all the major panels are on. Isn't that incredible? We've got everything on. So now for the winter, it's just button everything up and do a couple things to the motor, and we're gonna be good. We're gonna be set for this year. Yeah, awesome. So with that, I'm gonna take a couple glamour shots here to outro the video, and we'll close it out that way. So thanks for liking. No, you didn't like it yet. If you liked the video, then give it a like. If you really liked the video, consider subscribing. 1, it's free, and 2, it brings me enjoyment. I really do love to see people subscribe. We just hit 50 subscribers over the weekend, and let me tell you, that is 48 more people than I thought was going to subscribe to me. So it's great. It's cool. It's fantastic. And I love to see it. So thank you all who have subscribed so far. And thanks for following along. So you guys are fantastic. Positive comments too. Oh my God. You guys really help me stay motivated and really, really help me just continue to grow and strive to be a better channel and all that. You guys are great. So thank you sincerely. But yeah, get out and work on your cars. Doesn't matter how cold it is. You know what I mean? So go burn that midnight oil no matter what the temperature is. But if it's really, really cold and you got no heat in your garage, probably shouldn't do it. But I got a kerosene heater, so I'm spoiled, kinda. It works, but oh well. Thanks again. Have a good night.